Chelsea haven't beaten Arsenal since 2021. That was a shock to me. They had forgotten that.
And mind you, there are only 3 draws in those 11 matches or so. It's not a rivalry.
When Chelsea had 10 men in the second half, we came out swinging.
Some would argue that you had 10 men the whole time. What out there on the street is that Cole Palmer was playing that game. People didn't see him. Maybe he is too ice cold. Maybe he is frozen somewhere. Who knows?
An Odegaard-esque performance. I don't think moving forward, Sanchez can be your number 1 goalkeeper. He's always open to a mistake.
Open to this.
If I could make a mistake, I will.
And you know he's very consistent. Every single Chelsea game, you know, there's some nonsense Sanchez is going.
He's got that Onana G, guys.
They're saying if they play well, then maybe they can be picked up by like Brentwood or something. Brentford. What?
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Full at the Back podcast. I'm your host, Ted Kodal, and these here are my co-hosts. Some of them might call them enemies because this weekend they were facing each other. But after games, we'll come back together to laugh at Chelsea. We will come back together to remember that we are one and what do you say? Oh, sorry. We're all together in this, you know?
We're all in this together.
Yes, that one. Yeah, we're all in this together. But yes, quite a few to get through to this week.
Actually, I feel like I'm a bit far from my compatriots. Let me go up.
Yeah.
Get close. Getting close.
Get closer. You know, we have much to speak about. Without
You're enjoying this too much, bro. You're enjoying this too
That
much.
has left the group.
without further ado, you know, I was about to say, you know who left the group? I was gonna say Chelsea's top 4, but you know what? Let's skip it.
Yeah.
Let's skip that. Let's pretend I didn't think that. But anyway, here we are. Another week. Another red card.
No.
Another loss. Another dropped points. Chelsea. And of course with that, we obviously have to start at the big game. Arsenal versus Chelsea. Arsenal win 2-1.
And guess got all the goals.
Yes. And they were all corners.
Surprise.
No.
No. It's a little bit of a surprise. I think it was high time we did get a couple of goals from set pieces. We were starting to become too much of an open play team.
You are forgetting their roots.
Yeah.
You have to go back to
Yes, you have to go back to roots. You know, in the title race,
their roots.
yeah. In the title race, you have to dig deep. You know, remember where you came from. You know, stay together.
Like contribute just to put not a disclaimer, but a fact now is that Arsenal have set the record for the most goals scored by corner kicks in a single Premier League season. They have overtaken Oldham and West Bromwich Albion. These were relegation threatened teams at the time, and they could only resort to set pieces to score goals. Potentially Premier League winning side winning with set pieces. What has the world come to, people?
Honestly, the game has changed.
The beautiful game isn't beautiful anymore. Actually, it's ugly now. But you know what they say? You gotta do what you gotta do sometimes.
Exactly.
You gotta do what you gotta do. But I do see a rule being imposed next season.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Most definitely.
Yeah, a rule will be imposed about the whole crowding goalkeepers. Yeah, they will protect keepers a little bit more. But we'll speak about that at a different time. We start with Chelsea before we get to Arsenal. That result doesn't necessarily come as a shock, because I feel like Chelsea were underdogs in this game.
The result of a loss isn't really a shock. Of course, I hoped to win. Many Chelsea supporters hoped to win, but yeah, look at the run of 4 of the games that we played before, and for both teams respectively, the Arsenal were the stronger side. They were the ones expected to win that game anyway. That being said, though, looking over the course of the 2 legs that Chelsea and Arsenal have played in November and now, there have been very small margins. It's not been like, I wouldn't say that like they've run us over and destroyed us or anything like that, but they've done enough to win, and that's fair. That's what you need to do, right? But actually, Carol was telling me a good, interesting stat. He mentioned that Chelsea haven't beaten Arsenal since 2021. That was a shock to me. I actually had forgotten that.
And mind you, here it's not about the only 3 draws in those think probably 11 matches or so. So I don't know. It's there's something that people say it's not a rivalry. They keep beating us, but I commend you for that. I mean, them and Spurs, you can say that at least Chelsea put up a fight, or at least played better than Spurs.
They
but
did stay consistent. Yeah, well, each time they faced Arsenal in the Premier League this season, they had a lot of red card.
exactly, yeah.
So I think it's one of those moments where people like to challenge themselves and say, you know what, I believe in myself so much, I'll play with the handicap on this play.
And the funny thing is, against Arsenal, we play better. At the end of the day, Chelsea was not the better team, and the better team did win. I would argue that. But then at the same time, if you look at the two halves, when Chelsea had 11 men, it was not as good. When Chelsea had 10 men in the second half, we came out swinging.
Well, some would argue that you had 10 men the whole time.
Sorry, who is the man you're talking about?
Just saying.
What are you talking about?
What out there on the street is that Cole Palmer was playing that game. People didn't see him. Maybe he is too ice cold. Maybe he is frozen somewhere. Who knows? Cole Palmer is a hot topic right now.
Yeah. I heard April say it was an Odegaard-esque performance. Thinking,
How are you laughing at the seasons to your own?
Anyway, we called this first on the podcast last week. This guy is just hype. He's just hype. He was nowhere to be seen. He did nothing. It's just hype.
to be fair, I think an informed Cole Palmer maybe comes out in the first half with at least an assist or a goal, because we did Liam Mercier did set Chelsea up quite well. I think they nullified our attacking play, and then with as they attacked, you do have an additional player, Reece James, coming into the midfield, and even when we did press, that gave the opportunity for Cole Palmer to kind of be in that pocket between the midfield and defense, and he had I was actually getting concerned about that, almost angry in fact, because thinking what's going on here, do something about it. But I don't know, maybe he just had too much to think about, or he's just not confident. But he was wayward passes, wrong decisions. I don't think he had a good game. No, I'm not complaining.
He definitely did have a good game, but I think there's a lot of things that weren't going right for us at the game. Liam, of course, like you said, I think he did the best that he could have given the situation, right? He didn't have Cucurella, didn't have Esteval as well, but he set up a decent team given the squad that he had available. I think the choice to start Sarr instead of Badiashile or Disasi or anybody else, since Fofana was on a red card, I think that was a great choice. I don't think that change was gonna change the outcome of the game, but Sarr did have a very good game, I think, at the end of the day, given what to expect from him anyway. The other thing is, I just think that there's a serious lack of maturity with Chelsea's defense, and their passing was just not very good. There are a lot of mistakes sort of being made, especially even in the first half. There are times you'd pick up the ball, you're thinking something's going to happen, but then, or we're going to start building up, but then decision making is just not there. And then 2-3 passes later, interception is done by Arsenal, counter-attack is coming through. Those kind of mistakes, I didn't like seeing them.
To be fair, To be fair, I was quite concerned, because in such games where it's still close, you do want to capitalize on
Sanchez.
it's always a toss up which Sanchez is showing up each of the games. And mind you, I think there's one with Gyökeres, and then a few where I don't think he was even under that much pressure, but he gives the ball away, and we couldn't capitalize. But I mean, at the end of the day, we did get the set pieces, but I felt like and mind you as well, it happened with Zubimendi. What I didn't like was that kind of complacency in which he could have given João Pedro pretty much a tap in when he tried to give act cute, the gentleman like. He was seeing what's happening on the other side, and I said, you know what, I can be that too. I'll do you one better. I'll do you one better. But I think for Chelsea, again, we've spoken about it for a long time. I don't think moving forward, Sanchez can be your number one goalkeeper if you're looking to vie for the league or Champions League or things of that nature. Because, he was really, I mean, as you could see, the fans were getting on him. I think he's always open to a mistake. And you are lucky enough to not get the dead end.
Open to a mistake.
Open to a mistake. It's like, if I could make a mistake, I will. So, if there's a chance to make a mistake, I will take.
And he's very consistent. Every single Chelsea game, there's some nonsense Sanchez is going.
He's got that Onana G, guys. He's got that own energy, and I'm telling you guys,
Don't take if you take Ted back, he'll be very sad.
Yeah, flashbacks.
So the
those flashbacks are crazy. But you know what? That
was-
Chelsea, yeah, still. I mean, I don't think that they played terribly in a sense. I think they had players who probably should have pulled up their socks in that game a little bit. There was this moment. I found it very funny because I saw Delap in through on, like, not a goal, but he was through.
Oh yeah, wait up.
Passing me to show his
Yes.
down in the box. And I knew that pass was not making it. Fair enough, Garnacho had a good chance to score there. But I knew Delap does not have the IQ to execute that play. Unfortunately, he prefers to have a wrestling match with a center back before doing anything with the ball. That's what he prefers, and those are the caliber of players, unfortunately, that Chelsea have.
Yes.
Speaking on Chelsea, also before we move on to the next game, is that, well, first of all, they're looking to set the record for red cards in a season. Now on 7.
Now on 7, target is 9.
And to be fair, I did see that there was a claim that Pedro Neto did not know he was already on a yellow card. And that when the ref brandished the yellow card, Pedro Neto was not looking. And how to be so, it is the referee's job to
make it
clear that you have a yellow card. So I understand with the frustration where Pedro Neto was coming from as well. Chelsea want to set the record. And another record that Chelsea have already set is that they have recorded the largest loss. Yeah? Net loss in a season.
Chelsea, the team that's run to make profits?
Apparently.
Oh. That's interesting.
Sometimes you have to run a deficit so that you can balance the books.
No. No. Do you know how risky that is? If you miss out on Champions League football, and according to PSR rules, you will not be able to spend money in a certain way. Force you to sell certain players.
because that's the only way we can make the money.
It would force you to sell certain players to balance the books. Because if you don't balance those books, you would now be fined and docked points. That is a dangerous game to play.
Which entail
docking points.
which is
City also looking like some.
These 115 charges have been mentioned so many times, but it's for that
40 months. It's been 40 months and still no verdict.
Yeah, well, no, you know, as I saying, but even in terms of selling players, that will now give the onus on, well, not necessarily even the medical staff, but the Chelsea team now to play the likes of the players that you would most likely sell, which would be the Garnachos, the Delaps, which means those players will now start to get more minutes, most likely, to try and boost their transfer.
But that
coach boost their transfer.
In fact, putting that value, in fact, it puts Chelsea at risk of going lower than in the league, and also it risks lowering their value because people are watching what they're doing, and they'll be like, "We're not paying that much with this guy, so we're gonna put this on the table, and we know you guys suffered a loss. We know you need the money."
Yeah.
So your bargaining power has reduced.
Yes.
Now that is a problem. That is a problem. But you know what? Maybe Todd Boehly knows what he's doing. So
Yeah, but we can also, there's also other ways where you can plug in that deficit. You can just restructure the business and then you get new investors. Todd Boehly has a lot of people in the States because we're going to spend big in the summer. Definitely.
I doubt it.
We are.
It's not about
I doubt it.
money.
The PSR
not money or lot.
I urge you to go and have a look at the PSR sections, the rules.
Ways we can.
You've already done
Legal ways. You really get another ban because you've been banned before.
You're forgetting Ted Boehly is the one who came up who found the loophole for the 8 years contract, and then now they changed the pay.
yeah.
I'm sure they are going to find some work around that. There's always a loophole.
Good luck with that.
That's the same into the only we trust.
The same to Boehly who just said he didn't know anything about football and just decided to sign players based on who Man City want. That is the same person. Yeah. That's the same pass of these guys. But anyway, those are story for another day. We move on. Arsenal, 3 points in the bag, making sure City keeps chasing.
Oh, yeah.
Kudos to them. The only top 6 side, well, original top 6 side. Well, no, actually current top 6 side that they're left to play is Man City at the Etihad Stadium. That's going to be a big game in April. We look forward.
Yeah, that's pretty much Most
That's the title decider.
decide the title.
That's the title decider right there, and we look forward to seeing more about that. You know, let's see. I can't wait for that game. We will try and have a watch long for that one. We will try our best. Hopefully, we'll have things set up for that by
Yeah,
then.
hot monitors.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
We move on to since you guys had one game that was obviously a slightly longer segment on that, but we move on to the next game, which is Manchester United versus Crystal Palace. Also, before that, we did not speak. The last time we had an episode, we spoke that United were playing Everton, and they played Everton on Monday, played Crystal Palace on Sunday. 2 games, 2 wins. Can't ask for much. Benjamin Sesko seems to be hitting form.
To be fair, actually, this is the first game week where Sesko scored and Gyok and João Pedro didn't score. Well, João Pedro almost scored.
It's not the first week. It's not the first week.
No, like in the past, there's been a trend where these out of form strikers were now in form.
But then again, you know how Gyok is with top teams. You know, he has his caliber. You know, there's
The Wolves.
there's a certain part of the table that he likes. You know this. He enjoys that crop down there. Yeah. And with João Pedro, I actually expected him to get something today. Actually, he should have scored.
He should have
earlier,
scored,
actually. Good save by Ryan. I just think that was a good.
Fantastic save.
I thought
Right,
it
has
was
a
really
great
I didn't
save.
have polite heroes. I wanted to mention that. So
Even in the last minute, Ryan had a man with about to go.
Garnacho's.
Yeah, the crop.
Well, that was
Yeah, that was very. Yeah.
I thought that was going in.
Yeah.
I thought it was going in. But yeah, it shows how much a goalkeeper will win you titles when you have a competent goalkeeper. So that right there, so much. And you're looking, speaking of goalkeepers, even for United, Sen Lamens, you know, these are the signings that United made in the summer. You got Shesko, Lamens, Konya, and Bruno, you know. Those are players now starting to click, trying to play well and delivering. Although albeit United in the first half did not play well.
Yeah, did you see that? The
very-
header that.
Very
This
Lampard.
is a Crystal Palace game now. not
Yeah,
Everton.
the Crystal Palace game, they did not play well. I mean, even in the Everton game, they did not start well. You know, but I think a little bit Everton at home,
Make it different.
you know, yeah, like they make it difficult for you. We got them on the counter attack, one counter, because they tried to press United, and then they one ball across, and you know, Shesko versus Tarkowski, man. Shesko is very tall, and he's also very rapid. He is clocking 36 kilometers an hour at that height. Is also quite. It's quite frightening.
Yeah.
It's quite impressive. Same gene as Howland, you know, those tall, fast players. And
I knew you would translate it in. I just knew it.
blast.
I just knew it.
How dare you, man?
It was the tip of his tongue, man. He's just waiting.
How dare you? Did you see Gyok trying to dribble against Sal? Not your sights, man, bro. Yikes. Anyway, we move on.
Manu, by the way. Do you think that that red card was deserved?
Yes.
The same penalty was deserved.
I think
But
I think you
red card.
look at it. The moment you've already given a penalty, you've decided it's a foul. Yes,
True, but I
it's
agree.
It's a foul, and if it's a foul, you look at now. You now go for the positioning. Is he denying a clear goal scoring opportunity? In this sense, he was. Cunha would have got at that ball first before the goalkeeper. Whether he would have scored, up to debate, up to chance. But he did not give that opportunity. Now, taking that opportunity away without going for the ball equates into a red card. If he tried to go for the ball and got Cunha, penalty, no red card. But then it's a double whammy because what is it? It's a double something rule. Double jeopardy rule. Because if you don't go for the ball and you foul him and you're the last man, red card penalty.
Red card, yeah.
Simple as. The pool, you're right, you're calling for it. You're asking for it. Cunha is gonna make sure he gets into the box, and if he still feels your hand here,
It's going down.
he's going down.
It's going down.
He's going down. True. You're making it easy for him and for the referee. Now that was a rush of blood from Lacroix, but you're not gonna tell Cunha, oh, why didn't you still try and get to the ball?
I honestly, I felt like you went down very easily, but like, yeah, to your point, if you're a striker and you're through on goal and you feel something to that, bro. Yeah.
Because
Honestly,
look at it this way: if he pulls you, even just for half a second, that could give the keeper an advantage to get to the ball.
you've lost a season.
You've just lost an advantage and they've gained an advantage, an unfair advantage. So that is why it's a foul and a red card. I called for the same thing when Gahey pulled Salah in Man City versus Liverpool. I said that was a foul and a red card. It was clear, but Liverpool didn't get that. just really unfortunate. It is a foul and it is a red card. Simple as. But now that's changed the tide for Crystal Palace and United. I think United in the second half, we started the second half very, very strong and we were going to score. And now getting that red card, just...
Which is something you guys have been doing throughout the season with Amorim and Carrick. It's first half, they're a little bit asleep. Second half can come in.
Yeah, we're more of a second half team now. And
grow into the game, essentially.
yeah. So I think, again, special mention to Bruno Fernandes again today. Go in the assist. Not assist, proving to be having quite assist. 13 assists now, this is wonderful.
Leading the charts.
He's almost got double the person below him because Sterkey's got 7 down there. He's having a good season. If it's his last in the Premier League, I think he's going on a high note. He's going on a high note.
And yeah, like honestly, yeah, in that situation, as you talk about the penalty incident, I believe you should have as a defender some faith in your goalkeeper. Yes, it is a good chance, but at least allow your keeper to. He was already even closing the hand.
Yeah, slowing down.
So that's you now put the onus on Cunha to let's see if you can actually finish. But 2 wins in a row, you guys are looking like if you actually had a competent manager from the start of the season, it would be a 3-horse race most likely.
But personally, I think if United did sack Amorim after the Grimsby game.
That happened this season as well.
I think.
Can you imagine? It was such a long time ago. Those were the good days.
But what I would say, I didn't know that I would have seen the day. Maybe it's me overthinking things. But congratulations for you guys being third. And your number one hitter, the Prophet himself. I don't know whether it's something to do with being third or not. But as you can see, he has a 3 just for you. This is beautiful.
I was waiting to see where
this is beautiful.
I see what you're doing out there.
He didn't want to take off his jacket, but I was like, I see. So it's timing a new leaf.
I mean, you love to see it. You love to see it. The support from the cast. Guys, we just love it, man. And thank you. I appreciate it.
I'm very, very shocked. But you see United where they are. I really am.
At the moment, yes, United are 6 points clear of Chelsea, which is a good cushion to have. Chelsea do play Aston Villa next away. Crucial game. If Chelsea do lose that one and United and Liverpool win, I think it might be too.
You're looking at
Champions League around 7th or 8th because Brentford are only 2 points behind us. So if we lose to Aston Villa and they win, next game week in a couple of days. Yeah. When this episode is going live, actually, is when the games be played.
Okay. So just before we go on break, just another question on Chelsea, just before we wrap up this segment. If Liam Rossini doesn't finish in a European spot, does he go?
Of course.
They already said that, actually.
Yeah.
The board actually came out and said that if Liam Rossini doesn't secure Champions League football, specifically Champions, not just European, specifically Champions League football, they will consider or look into sacking him.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that short commercial. Now we're going to do a quick chat about Manchester City, of course. Did the necessary against Leeds.
Smash and grab.
This is where I think their signings for Gay and Semenyo really showed. Because Gay did the business back there, Semenyo did the business front there, So the signings they made in January are keeping them alive at this title race.
It's true. And at this point now, you begin asking the question, or maybe it's still too early, but the question pops into my head. Could this be a potential way forward for life without Haaland? Because they started their game with Marmoush and Semenyo as the duo and strikers up front. And while the win was not one with Haaland where they destroy 5-1 or 3-1 or something like that, but they still won the game, and you could see the glee in Pep's face when Semenyo scored that goal. He was like, "That's my guy, that's my guy."
But mind you, I think one, Haaland is on a pretty long-term contract with City, but in terms of if he does get injured for a longer period, I believe it was just a knock. what report said. But yes, definitely Semenyo does give them at least another
Outlet.
another outlet, another attacking threat without Haaland, who'll pretty much will get something in a game. I still think that Haaland will definitely have something to say.
No, I definitely for a long time I definitely agree. I just I'm just bringing this back like from the conversations we've had where we've been asking have City been relying too much on Haaland, and then when Haaland doesn't perform, what happens to City? So now this I'm seeing like there's another option for them now. Pep has found another way in which he can still make the team work, even if he's not relying on Haaland when Haaland isn't performing very well.
But you see, the thing with if you look at Guardiola's history and how he normally builds his team, he never gets to a point where he's stranded like that. Where like if one player is down, that they heavily rely on that player. But he always makes his team in such a way, even if like their main man is gone, they still have others who can fill in that gap, however it is. So in terms of Haaland, I mean, he's gonna stay at City for a long time. He might actually go the route for becoming a club legend who wants to finish his career out at City. Because I don't know where else he'll want to go.
I doubt.
Do you
that.
think
I don't. Yeah, I think for Haaland is in this modern day of football is you can't go on side and you want to do it somewhere else. You want to challenge yourself to something else. And I think he is one of those couple players. And I think he fits in the couple players who probably retire quite late and they want to experiment so many different things. It'll get to a point where, I mean, he's one of the highest earners in the Premier League, isn't he? He's in no rush to move anywhere. But I do think at some point in the future, he'll probably want to try somewhere else. I think
the only team in Spain I can think of is Barca.
Barca. But we don't need that striker.
For a long time.
Barcelona will be getting rid of Lewandowski very soon. Yeah, so with Lewandowski leaving soon, probably you're looking at maybe them acquiring a striker, but can they afford Haaland is the problem. That I don't.
Barcelona.
I think if they take Haaland, they might have to dispose of so many players, and then registering Haaland will probably take a year. They'd rather be like, we'll pay you, bro. We'll pay you. Trust me, trust me, bro.
At this point, I'm wondering what else will they sell? Because they already sold the Camp Nou is now Spotify Camp Nou. Like what else are they gonna?
La Masia.
What else are they? They're gonna give La Masia rights to Man City. So we're gonna take Haaland for 20 million, yeah. But then,
We promise you 6 Rangers per year for the next 3 years.
That's actually insane, man. But yes,
City will take it.
With Manchester City trying to keep it going, it's now becoming quite evident. I don't think City catch Arsenal, man.
Really?
I think City have probably a bit more kind of difficult-ish games, and they're not beating teams from convincing. I think there's still a few games that they're gonna drop.
I completely agree, but the thing is, if they keep on doing just enough, it's not gonna look convincing. But if they do just enough and keep on edging it, it's not sustainable. But like, how many games are left in the season?
We have about 10 games left.
So if they can do just enough for a few of those 10 games, and most importantly, the one against Arsenal.
Yeah. What they need to do is to, if they want to win the league, is keep winning every game until the Arsenal game. But that will mean by the time they're facing Arsenal, they'll only still be unless with Arsenal, if they win all the games they play, they'll only be 2 points behind. And if they win that game, they go 1 point ahead, and then it becomes you've got 3 games left, 4 games left.
Pressure was
5. It's 5.
To be honest, I'm on the counter first. Sorry.
No, there'll be 5 games left. So we've already done that. We've already we'll come to it in the Champions League segment, but there are definitely very many factors that will cause this just getting over the line. With other, basically, when you're fighting on different fronts, one of those, whether it's gonna be the Champions League or the Premier League, there'll be a slip up at some point because of the unsustainability of it. So.
Yeah, man. I think you guys are going to drop points, to be honest.
Yeah, both teams are dropping points. Both teams are dropping points at some point, but it's more so the difficulty of the games and also how fast they're also coming. Because you don't even have time to even respond, even let alone even the training sessions when we're getting into the quarters and all when the Champions League starts. But I feel like City, at this point, I thought in the Leeds game that they would actually get Calvert-Lewin would at least get 1 goal. But I think there's no point in depending on any other team. We both just have to win our games, and once we're both at the Etihad, we scrap it out. We fight it up, whether it's a set piece or a penalty or whatever it may be, and may the
To be honest, even
the
a
best
draw will
team
be
win.
for you.
Yeah, but I don't think we should go there for
No, I'm thinking should how much. I'm just saying the outcome of a draw. Like the only outcome that is negative for you guys would be a loss. A draw or a win would still keep you guys in good standing. Yeah.
But I know the main games. I'm actually very interested to see. Oh, we do.
Arsenal are the top scorers of the league at the moment.
No. Man City are. We just have
The defense are better.
Oh, defensive, better defensive. Yeah, the goal defense.
So I probably have a couple more, maybe 3 or 4 more goals than we do.
Okay, we move on. We're gonna now talk about Liverpool in this
7-goal thriller.
goals Villa in this resurgence, we say.
I wouldn't say thriller, but 7 goals.
Goals back.
Honestly, I've not seen a game in a very long while where there are 7 goals and the combined XG, if we were to add them up together, was 2 point something.
I think
what, but
I think sometimes Liverpool do like really overperform their XG, especially this year. But it takes me back to such a traumatic event when Liverpool beat United 7. Second 7. Those were the good days. 7 heaven. Bro, let me tell you something.
You're feeling like Brazil.
Let me tell you something. That day,
Brazil scored 1.
it was a sad day, man. It was a sad day.
It's there.
Almost sad day. But you know what? Those game scoring one doesn't really help anything.
No.
I look back at it because I remember seeing they scored 7 goals with an XG of like 2 point something, and I was like, what are you talking about, man? But now you got there were a few deflected goals, own goals in this game. Corners as well, not really high XGs, and they scored from there as well. With Liverpool, they're doing what they need to do. They're staying alive in the top 4 race.
Yeah.
They're trying to salvage their season. They're still in the Champions League. They're still in the FA Cup. You look at it and like, this could still end pretty well for them.
Actually,
Considering how they started.
yeah, if Chelsea win Aston Villa in the next game week and Liverpool win their game, they're getting closer to the top 4.
Yeah, they're getting much closer. Yeah,
Because causes don't do buts and maybes.
Yeah, they
don't
absolutes.
there you go. I mean, you're looking at it and they're doing it pretty much without Salah. Salah ain't scoring. The focus is going all across the team, and depending on Ekitike, who's doing pretty well.
Had a great finish. Very well. Great finish last weekend.
Yeah, and then
Because Arne Slot's man Gakpo is still scoring goals somehow.
Absolutely.
he was on the draw too.
There's a lot But even that goal he scored this weekend was not.
I mean, a number of deflection on that. I think, oh man, it'll be interesting to see what they do when Isak comes back, man.
Yeah, some people are saying he's growing a beard to look more like Gakpo. So maybe it's last now.
That is insane. That's crazy.
So yeah, props to Liverpool. I mean, you just have to salvage the season and pretty much what will work with what he has, and we've seen what he can do with a team that, or at least a transfer window where he doesn't get any players. He won the league last time, so let's see what he can do next season. If they finish this one strong, then have something to say for the league next season.
Nice.
That's true. And maybe he'll have some more, money in the bank to keep him going if he slacks the game next year.
Oh no, I think he's gone now.
He won't be. He ain't gonna be here. He ain't gonna be here. But they're doing enough just to get in the Champions League. They beat West Ham, and did the thing that I was supposed to do. And speaking of this Champions League places, look at Aston Villa, guys. We can go back in time and get those segments where
Prophesied.
Some prophecies were made here, and that's some hot takes that Aston Villa make top 4, top 5. Lo and behold, here we are.
Yeah, and it's funny, that same episode I counted and said that Chelsea will most likely be the one to drop out of top 5, and it's like we're both of us.
Two things can be right at the same time. Looks like Brentford will be making in the top 5.
But please, no. Chelsea needs to at least make it somewhere.
Guys, because it's looking very likely that the Premier League will get the top 5 again. And Aston Villa, I don't think I think with focusing on the Europa League as well. They
Yeah.
are to
Mhm.
trying to keep the balance. It's
Maybe they're stretched a bit thin because also their form has dipped drastically in the past month.
Mhm.
but they were depending. I have been keeping an eye, like on Twitter, that they had this. You saw this back and forth with this page called the XG philosophy, which essentially made XG what it is now, and a renowned thing that is used in every league. The XG philosophy used to tell us to be fans that what you're doing is not sustainable because you're winning games while overperforming your XG, which means you're scoring you're scoring goals that you don't do that every time. You are overperforming your XG on a consistent basis. This means things will have to correct themselves at some point.
Yeah.
And at some point, those XGs that you're creating will be very evident. Like you're creating one XG, it looks like like you had or like 0.8. It'll look like you had 0.8 XG, and that's what's happening now according to the XG philosophy. It's just balancing out. It's showing where Aston Villa are supposed to be because they're not scoring bangers left, right, and center. Data is quite well and truly very, very important in the modern day game.
Doesn't lie.
Yeah, data doesn't lie. You gotta move with the times sometimes.
Just data knowledge pieces, these things, probabilities.
Those they matter. Those are two things that are related and one that is not. Can you tell us which is the imposter?
And I don't see it.
I think
Data and probabilities are related in terms of how they are used, but statistics have got nothing to do with this.
No, but it's a set play in a game that has a lot of variables, and you can do a lot with the set play, such as a set piece.
Okay. We might have to have a different.
I'm not a statistician, but
we might have to have a separate episode just to talk about that. Now we move on. And we talk about the Champions League. The Champions League draw was quite an exciting one, if I do say so myself. We have one side of the bracket looking very, very, very demanding and very scary. They have the bracket of death. And then we've got another side which has a combined number of Champions League trophies of 5. And Barcelona have 5. And then
And then there, as Arsenal have, Tottenham have,
nothing.
Same as Bodo Glimt and
Atletico Madrid have.
Nothing.
It's okay.
What that has nothing.
Anyway,
What does that have to do?
There's nothing. Yeah.
Wait, none does that have to do with the draw?
What?
No, we're just talking about.
it had zero things to do with
Yeah.
it.
I can get in touch with Ivan Rakitic, but if I'm not mistaken, he had a 50-50 chance to get either of the two,
I'm not listening.
was that fought to one side. I think for us, well, at least last season, there were a lot of complaints of Liverpool doing well in the group stage.
And then
Getting
getting
PSG. So they did change the rules slightly with the first two teams being in the same pot and things of that nature. So I think we're reaping the benefits of a perfect Champions League group phase.
But to be fair, PSG they didn't finish in the
That's-
round of they had to go through the playoff last year and ended up winning the Champions League. But with that, you look at that side, the right side of the bracket. You got a difficult game up there. You got Newcastle versus Barcelona. It's gonna be interesting to see because Newcastle are doing well in Champions League. And you got Gordon scoring 10 goals. Anthony Gordon scoring 10 goals in the Champions League, and you have to take this trophy serious.
What do you mean? That's a pretty prolific English winner.
I say Arsenal might want to sign Gordon.
Anthony Gordon.
What would you take? Is he an upgrade on Trossard?
Probably in some situations, I'd say most likely because just of his pace. But I think Trossard brings that more technical ability. But I wouldn't actually mind him because I believe Trossard may be leaving at some point. So yeah, he's a decent player. I'd say he's a decent player. I mean, 10 goals in the Champions League. That's.
I mean, he did score 4 against Carabao.
Still 10 goals.
10 goals in Champions League. 40% of his goals. New format, but then again, I think you're looking at physicality. Newcastle are gonna try not give Barcelona any space. Basically, two sides of it's probably British football versus Spanish football, and
it's gonna be interesting to see because how extremely physical Newcastle can get. Will Will we see Barcelona be able to?
What's gonna happen to Lamine Yamal?
I honestly don't think it's going to be a close game. Barca is going to run riot on Newcastle.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, that's what I think.
I don't see that.
Yes.
I genuinely think Barcelona are actually at a serious risk of being eliminated.
No way.
Come back to this.
No way.
Come back to this.
Come back to earth, bro.
Come back to this when we're done with that tie. Let's see if it was a close one. Because I think people are underestimating what Newcastle can do to teams that play open football. You'll see. I think it's very dangerous for Barcelona fans to think that's an easy draw. And then you've got, as you go lower down the table, we're not going to even talk about Arsenal. Tottenham, Atletico. I don't even know what to expect in that game, but I probably think Atletico will go through. Even if Tottenham go through, they're probably going to lose the next game. If Tottenham, you know what? I don't know in what world. If Tottenham find a way to win this Champions League trophy, after only qualifying just because they won the Europa League, I don't understand. I think that will actually break my view on what reality is. Like
What is life?
what I don't think I'd understand.
Well, probably even getting relegated as well.
Yeah.
I think the only reason they wouldn't get relegated is because
Of
the teams lower than them are actually that bad, and they're not winning. But they might finish number 17 again, which is like the worst team not to get relegated.
I wouldn't call it a fear, but I mean, the hilarious thing about it is that if there was one team that could actually do that, the one team that actually do that is Tottenham.
Get relegated at the Champions League and 2 times.
Playing the championship and playing Champions League at the same time.
Never
been heard.
That'll be a crazy schedule of games, because the championship you have to play 40 plus games. So you go thinking when they'll be having games being played today, then day after tomorrow.
And mind you, there's the same team that has what 12, 13 players out or something.
Yeah, an injury crisis. Yeah.
It's not looking good, rep.
Yeah,
It's not gonna look good at all.
I think it's looking, definitely that side. Funny enough, it may be the perfect draw for Arsenal, but it also may be the perfect draw for the likes of Bodo Glimt or Sporting. A little later in the further story.
Yeah, that team has really
They just
They could be the dark horse. They're not ready to make it, but like they've really been playing surprisingly well. At least in my standards.
With Bodo Glimt, you're looking at the season is off.
Yes.
So they only play Champions League football. The rest of the time they're off, they're training, they're doing what they need to do. But
they're drinking milk.
well, there's context for that. In the Norwegian league, you get some milk and the crates of egg and make some bread.
For being man of the match. You I'd be so pissed.
Why?
No. Hey,
Why?
and this
Bro, why are you giving me milk?
and this
Do you in this economy you refuse milk?
Yeah.
Why? That's free food, man. Actually, technically, it's not free. You've worked for it. So, but I think all the rewards have their own way to show appreciation for your work in a game, and I think that's such a special way. You know what I mean? The trophy is nice, but
I don't think it's special in any way or form. And you know why I know that? It's because God himself told us. You know, when Cain and Abel, what did Cain bring to God? He brought fruits and, things. But, Abel came with a bull. So, something substantial. Giving him eggs and milk. And
okay. We'll now divert from that short statement from Prophet Kima. Arsenal do have a quote-unquote what we call an easy route to the semi-final.
You say quote unquote, and we talked about data earlier. These guys is Arsenal's probability of winning the Champions League skyrocketed after
the draw. Yes,
they went from 9% to 26%.
Well,
Just from a draw.
Yeah. No, I think I was feeling a little bit disrespected by the 9%, to be honest, but that's just me. Judging by how we played this season in the Champions League.
I mean, I think they take into account also there's that gene for winning the Champions League. You're yet to show that you have that gene, because teams like Real Madrid, once they get to the final, you just basically give them the trophy because they never lose, regardless of how bad they play. That ball will not enter their net, bro. Let's yours. Like whatever happens, it's gonna enter your net. I mean, obviously, Real Madrid facing Manchester City every single time.
I even remember.
Like at this point, just tell these two teams, guys, if you make it to the knockout stages, just know you guys have played each other at some point, so prepare for that. And yeah, because I remember the players even were making fun even before the draw. They were like, no, man.
We already know. We're reading.
They're like, we know we're getting City. Let's not even pretend like we don't know that. We know.
It's actually quite funny how this actually happens every so often. There was the Chelsea PSG era where every time the last 16 they would meet each other. There was the Arsenal Munich. Arsenal Munich goes with another one.
Arsenal Barca as well.
Arsenal Barca as well. There's always like a couple of teams that
You remember the time for
meeting each other.
Wait. Hey, Messi used to destroy.
You've gone through it, huh?
This is not this. I thought this was about the draw.
Anyways,
That's not.
anyway, yes. On that other side, you've got Chelsea versus PSG again. We've got now the rematch from the Club World Cup, and now we will finally see if Chelsea are going to win when it actually matters. Will they win? Because I remember at the beginning of the season, the beginning of us started this podcast, episode maybe 1 or 2, Kimati didn't go, we beat the Champions League winners. Now you've got the chance to show and prove it in a season.
In the Champions League.
In the Champions League. Where now you can say, we eliminated the Champions League. I don't know this. So remains to be seen whether you guys can, hold your ground and win. Hopefully Cole Palmer is playing well by that time. Okay.
Or Esteban.
Yeah, Esteban is our best.
What's going on with that kid?
I think he's injured a bit. Like he has
He got a knock, and the medical teams have to take care of it, of course.
Of course, that's your prize. That's the one you're gonna sell to make up bad money.
Golden Goose.
They that one, just know Real Madrid will come knocking definitely, but Real Madrid have a different strategy these days and trying to wait for contracts to run away. Say, Africa, let me smile that money. But yes, you look at that. You're looking at that right side, man, and you're looking at Bayern Munich is on there too, man, and you're like, wow, it's gonna be interesting to see who makes the final from that side. And you're thinking, whoever makes the final from that side is probably the favorite to win.
Yeah, I would think that the one who should deserve to win after that, because that the work that's going to be involved to get through that. Yeah. Look at him shaking his head, but
this is interesting choice of words, but fair enough. They will be the home team, technically, in the Champions, the finals, which is what they mentioned, the team on the silver side that gets to the final. But I believe for me, that was a perfect draw. I think.
No way! No, you don't say.
You don't say. If I see City going through potentially against Madrid, and then it's City versus Bayern. We talked about it previously from the the Premier League segment. Those games will be in and around the same time. We'll be playing them in the final as well as the Premier League game. So it will be tricky and interesting to see how Guardiola manages all those huge games. Because going to the Allianz Arena isn't
he's the best.
It's not an easy task. Let alone going past Champions League knockout stage, Real Madrid. That's not Real Madrid. It's a different way. So it's and mind you, again, if they do get to the final, it becomes Man City versus Arsenal final.
Probably you have already decided.
No,
Arsenal is making it to the final.
I'm not talking objectively right now. I'm just saying in a perfect world. But we'll see. Or Man City Bodo glimpse. We've seen what Bodo can do to them.
It's gonna be interesting to see. We're gonna here further back. We're definitely gonna be keeping a closer eye to that and giving you updates as we go and what we think about the progress so far.
There is one. Sorry to cut you.
Yeah.
There is one thing I just wanted to mention regarding the Champions League and just get you guys' thoughts on whether other leagues should do this or not. So there was news that came out that PSG spoke to Ligue 1. And they got their fixture that is in between Chelsea's game. That league fixture got it postponed to allow them more time to recover, rest, and train for the Champions League. Do you no? But my question, that's just the context. The question is, do you think that leagues should allow clubs to prioritize the Champions League?
No. That is not a serious league because no disrespect to the French league. But in what world do you remove the aspect of, this is an obstacle. This is what creates good stories. Because now when you have to balance those two, the Champions League and the league, if you've got a serious game coming in and you've got a Champions League, which one do you prioritize? Do I rest players? Does it give an opportunity for a player who doesn't usually play to become a hero in this game? That's what makes these things football and everything about it entertaining.
Yeah.
If you take that element out, just to say, no, you know what? Technically, that game does. Let's just do this. Yeah, for French football, let's make sure you guys rest. So we're gonna postpone this game to when you don't have a Champions League game. That is not what it's supposed to be. You look at Chelsea. Chelsea have got serious games in between, and people are gonna be tuning in because now you're like, okay, Chelsea's like, okay, do we prioritize PSG? Knowing if we lose there, and we lose the games in the Premier League, we're basically done. Yeah. So we need to prioritize one of them.
And technically, it's Liam who's done.
Yeah, Rosinha is done. Maybe even the lab too.
No, there was never any hope that he's going to pass this season. I promise you.
I think it's gonna. You cannot remove those that kind of element to the game. I think it's what makes football football.
Unpredictable.
I do disagree, but I just thought it was very interesting because also like there's also been talk about the number of fixtures that teams have to play these days in a given season. Let's say maybe not like Man U, but like a team that is vying for all of the available trophies that they can vie for in their country. You look at how many games that they're actually gonna play, right? These guys are making it worse than I said, man. I'll just say
Why am I right? The other teams who are also playing with competition.
Are they on 4 at the Back podcast?
It doesn't matter. We talk about other teams, Joe. This is about football, not only 3 teams.
The other teams talked about are Chelsea, Liverpool, and Arsenal. All of those teams have other cups to play for.
We spoke about, what? I want to hear it. Anyway, he's laughing at us now, eh? He's talking about competing on all fronts. I swear if he gets out of this trophy list,
Bro, which is likely the case.
which means you've been adding flight hours and getting points, but you still can't come trophy like us. Well, us will not be going anywhere. You know what? It's okay. It's all good. I'm not mad. It's all good. It is what it is. And yes, in the number of games being played these days is quite a lot. But I think it's generally also reflected in the amount of money that they earn these days. I know where footballers coming from in terms of saying protect us, in terms of like we need to protect our bodies, and injuries are becoming a lot, especially ACL injuries. But then you're looking at the amount of money that is being pumped into the teams nowadays and how much footballers are earning. I think it's fair to say if they go, we kind of need to bring in more games to bring in more money to pay you. If you don't want more games, then you ask for a less salary. Right. Then okay, it makes sense. But they go hand in hand. You go hand in hand. You have to balance. But okay, that's it for this segment. We're gonna take another quick short break, and when we come back, we're gonna be talking all about MLS and probably a little bit of a preview for the coming weekend. All right. Again, don't stay too long. Come back. Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Hope that break afforded you some time to go, rest and think about Champions League football, think about Premier League football, who you're supporting, if you made the right choice or not. But I'm here to tell you that if you've not been focusing on football out here in the West, MLS, maybe what Vancouver Whitecaps is for you, But I'm thinking Vancouver Whitecaps might be the best decision you ever make. That moment from childhood where you pick a team and you choose to support it forever. Oh, I remember. This could be it for you. Vancouver are on the rise, and this could be the team for you. Our home team here. Without further ado, I pass it to the MLS expert and the group here, Kaio Jama.
Thanks, C. Thank you very much. Thank you, Dawa. This is Kaio Jama speaking on the MLS. I am no expert, but I just know more than the three. Yes, you're for the back.
Bro, let's just say that it's not that I'm good. It's just that these are three others. It's not poor.
No, not poor. Just some may know better than others. One of my favorite players, is part of the Vancouver Whitecaps. Thomas Muller himself, Muller. Just this weekend, the second MLS game. BC Place, which is becoming a fortress, just much like last season. 2 goals. And in our second game there, a 3-0 victory against, these are the guys from the supposed 6. The Toronto, just light rock, just needed 45 minutes to get the game done. This is one wonderful first half from the team just after their victory in the CONCACAF Champions Cup as we beat Cartagena. Excuse my pronunciation.
If he has butchered that, we apologize.
Yes. But it was a 2-0 victory for them in that. But yeah, the 3-0 win. So Muller at the penalty. Now, as you can see from my shirt, I'm a set piece, connoisseur myself. Set piece fanatic.
And it's cool.
So I did.
On the
That's I'm going the second goal. Wonderful set piece there. I flick onto the back post for Thomas Muller to score. No, you're great things. And another cross, some may say from the secret society of Brian's. Mate, this is top striker Brian White himself. Did miss a couple of chances in the first game, but got the third goal for us. And that's pretty much plain sailing, 2 wins on the trot. So it's looking good. On the other side, you're looking at the winners, the champions, current champions, who we did face in the final. They have lost, quite a big part of their core last season. The Jordi Albas, the Sergio Busquets of the world, which was clear to see versus LAFC with the mistakes in the midfield.
Oh my God!
Which I can confirm vehemently that is not something that Sergio Busquets will ever do. But we'll see how they fare. It was a Florida derby. Some may argue that it's not a derby. It's being in the state of Florida, Orlando, and Inter Miami. That was their first win in Orlando. Coming back from 2-0 down, in fact, which is quite an interesting game. Messi had to pretty much do what he does best. That's why he's not a goal. 2 goals there. It was quite interesting. His first goal, I believe the number 8, I forget his name there, was about to take a shot, but then so out of the corner of his eye, who was at the edge of the box, and he humbly let the ball go, and lo and behold, Messi
That was a little
the top right there, then finished off with this free kick. So it looks like even if they're not as strong as they were last season, Inter Miami will have a say in the Eastern Conference, and the usual suspects, the San Diegos of the world. From my colleague, good friend to my right here, Seattle Sounders. They may have not started as well, but no, looking for another great season for the Vancouver Whitecaps, and we will be at one of several of the games, I'd say, and then in the coming week this season.
And yes, we will try and bring you content as we do go to watch these games live, and try and speak to fans across the stadium after games, and see what we can bring you there. That is content we're looking forward to bring you in the future. Yes,
Absolutely.
thank you, Cairo, for that round of the MLS.
Thank you very
We
much.
appreciate it. Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay, so back to the studio. That was a wonderful rundown of the MLS. Currently here that just started last weekend. We're looking forward to quite a impressive season. I think the league continues to grow in terms of how competitive it is. It keeps on bringing in very, very talented players, and I think the only way is up for the MLS. And I think you're more than welcome to join the bandwagon with this one. It's only going up. It's only going to get better. Can't wait for it. Can't wait for it.
Yep.
Fantastic stuff to see. And with that, we're just going to end this episode with a few points here and there about the coming weekend. Not weekend, actually. Midweek games. Yes. United also plays midweek games.
Yes, I was just
Before he says something about it, yes, United also can play midweek games. Yes, we're very capable. Anyway, let's start there. United play Newcastle. Tough game. Very tough game at St. James's Park. And they've lost. In the Premier League, they keep dropping points. I generally think this is, hear me out, guys. This is where I think Carrick finally loses. I think this is just seeing him lose. I think the way we've been starting games, it's going to come to bite us. And one of these games is going to come to bite us where we're going to concede maybe 2 or 3. And I'm not able to. And it's going to become too much to get back. I know maybe that's going to be the wake-up call, or maybe not. But I think right now, it helps having a competent goalkeeper, though, don't get me wrong. But if he has a poor game, then you're getting goal. So I think this could be that game. I generally think so. And Newcastle does not like United also. They just have some beef with United that I don't even know where it came from.
But I think it was that season in the 90s where that's when it started.
Yeah. They don't like United. Yeah. So I think they're gonna be very much up for it. And It'll be interesting to see how it goes. Looking at Arsenal, you play Brighton away.
Brighton away.
Right.
Interesting game.
I think they drop points. I think they drop points.
No, you don't always have to say that every week. Obviously, we will be right at some point. But
No. To be fair, I said you guys are going to beat us for Chelsea. Yeah, I mean, I'm consistent and honest as a human being.
But yes, I think that will be again close game. Same for your game as well. It's about the start, because that's a stadium where, if Brighton are free flowing, start strong and then pretty much get the away team on the back foot, to be a tough tough ask to then come from behind and get the victory. But I believe I 1000% want Rice to be rested in that game. We should start with Nordgaard, or even have Zubimendi, Havertz, and Eze. If it's that lineup, I'm confident enough for us to get at least two goal win, be that 3-1 or 2-0. I'm pretty confident in what we can do and keep this momentum going.
Nice. Okay. Great. We'll see whether that comes to fruition. Chelsea play Aston Villa away.
This is the key for both teams.
Key game for both teams. Oh man, I don't know what to say, man. I don't know why I don't know where you guys get the 3 points.
Yeah, I can't see as well.
But then it's when you can't see it with Chelsea is when they do it. So, be it interesting. I personally would want Chelsea to win.
Yeah, like gives you some breathing room.
I want Chelsea to beat Aston Villa. That way, even if we don't win, we're still covering, So that'd be very important for us. I think.
I don't think we have a chance versus Villa. Going to Villa Park is always very difficult again. And especially looking at how Chelsea, the form that we're in, I'm finding it very difficult. I think it will be 3-1 Villa.
3.
Yeah, I think that
that's what been to score.
I think that Chelsea will win that game. It's not gonna be convincing or a good win any which way. I just think it's gonna be one of those things where, like, it happened to go away and went away. Because if you look at even like the history of the games, Chelsea's games in the past 5 games, before Arsenal's game, actually even if you include Arsenal's game, it's two wins, 2 draws, 1 loss. The last thing on this weekend. That actually, before the Arsenal game, was the exact same form that Arsenal were on as well, if I'm not wrong. 3 wins, 2 draws?
I would say, yeah. We had.
I think the last 6 games, the 6th game was United, so they had lost 1.
Yeah, so last 5 games.
And then the drawn couple there.
Yeah, 2 draws, 3 losses. Sorry, 3 wins.
Selection is stressing. Remembering quite fast.
Yeah,
but no, fair enough. That's true.
But anyway, the point I'm getting at is that if you look at Chelsea's form, it is similar to title contenders, and then and then if you look at Aston Villa's form, theirs is much more poor. They've got 3 losses and 2 draws, or is it something like that? Either way, the point is, I don't think Aston Villa right now are on the form that they were on earlier. Some things are just not going well for them, so I don't really expect them to win against Chelsea. I think Chelsea are gonna win that game.
Interesting.
What score are you thinking is the draw?
Oh, I'm thinking a very scrappy, close game, 1-0, 2-1, something like that.
And then there's a lap goal.
As the lap can't do it.
Yeah, now you're asking for too much. even I can't see that hopeful.
Okay, people. No fighting. You look at, obviously, title chasers. Well, Arsenal chasers, Man City. Playing Nottingham Forest at home.
That's an easy one.
I think City win.
Yeah, very, very comfortable.
I think we win comfortably. I think so.
And that's 2 goals from Nico, right?
Yeah.
Liverpool is away to who, if I'm not wrong?
Wolves.
Wolves? Oh,
Yeah.
With Wolves,
No, Wolves will give them a game.
they will lose away.
Yeah. Trust me,
They've been fighting the last couple of games.
They're playing for pride now.
They've rapidly taken it right now.
Now those players are playing for Premier League sports. Hey, Paul. No, but those players, some of them don't want to go to the championship. So even them, they're seeing if they play well, then maybe they can be picked up by like Brentwood or something. Brentford. What?
You know. Where my team here, please.
Okay, for context, where we are, it's called Brentwood. So it's a bit confusing. But you know what?
We had Brentford FC. They're playing a stadium downtown around the road.
Players gonna leave the EPL and come to
Even the championship will come down the road here.
the CPL.
PPL, you know, because they want to play championship football. They want to play the Canadian championship football. You know what I'm saying? But yes, Wolves players playing for Pride at the moment, and they're proving tough. You know, once you don't have pressure and you're playing ball, it just comes easy, and it's gonna be interesting to see how Liverpool deal with that pressure. Well, you know, quite excited for next week. I'm seeing another. You know, script writers are cooking something because the script writers were lazy this weekend.
Yeah, especially like on Sunday, every 2-1, 2-1, 2-1, 2-1, 2-1.
I think it was 2-1, 2-1, and then 2-1 red card, 2-1 red card.
They were like,
No, yeah, they want something. Yeah.
they were like, hey, no, this is too simple. Kill them.
Throwing right over the losing team.
Oh yeah, that's the perfect.
That's the true story. We were missing.
No, what happened?
And then the games on the Saturday were so strange as well. They were high scoring games, especially that was it Burnley versus
Yeah, it was 4-3.
4-3,
4-3, yeah.
and like what, one disallowed goal,
Two
disallowed goals.
disallowed goals. Yeah.
Hype game. But hopefully this midweek it follows the same suit and it's as entertaining as that.
That's what we hope.
Hopefully so. And you know, with that, we will be seeing you again next weekend. Here at the back, we appreciate your support. Please like, share, and subscribe. It means the world to us, please. Yes. And obviously our sponsors. We know them. We love them. They're the pillars of this community here at Farted Back.
Mm-hmm.
That we shut it down here, and we will see you again in the episode because we're always chilling.
Valid.